Hey guys, what's good? This is Andre and today I want to take another look at NatGas. I want to look at US oil. We're going to take another look at our trades on Chargepoint and on Cocoa. And then I want to wrap it up by taking a brief look at gold for today, guys, potentially for a good setup here. Maybe we have some time to look at Bitcoin as well, but let's see how it goes. So to start off here, guys, first off, thanks so much for all of your support throughout the last few videos. Your likes and subscribes truly help me understand what you guys want from me. So let's get started here, guys. So with NatGas, we have exactly what we were projecting that would happen, basically. I'm so happy with the way this is going so far. If you're gonna check one of my earlier videos from last week, I was saying that we were going to burst out of this trend line and then retest it somewhere and then continue going from there. Now what's great here is that we did indeed create the one. Let me undo this magnet because it's annoying me. So we did the one, the bursting of the trend line, check. We did the two, we successfully retraced back, and we not only revalidated the same trend line yesterday, but also went and grabbed a lot of liquidity from this area over here. So I'm really happy with that retracement. So that would be two. And then we are now retesting the tops from the other few days, which is a really magnificent indication here, guys. And if we manage to burst and close a candle above, I would say $2.32 roughly, and just have a closing basis that's a higher high, I would be really happy with that. Now this also looks a little bit like a potential bull flag over here. If you guys take a look, this could be the pole, and then we could have actually not a flag as much as a pennant, and then this could be a small pennant here. So it's gonna be interesting to see if and when we burst out of this and what direction we're gonna go. But my bias is still to the upside here, guys. On NatGas, I still think that we are heading towards the 2.6 level at the very least, if not even the $3 level to retest that. It might not happen this week or next week or maybe even this month entirely, but I do think that we're gonna head that way. What's also positive here is that the market tends to be forward looking, and we are obviously now heading into the really intense heat months of the summer over here in the northern hemisphere. That being said, again, as I was saying, the market is forward looking, so come roughly July or August, the market will already start to think about the cold winters and a higher demand for NatGas. Now for US oil, guys, I was telling you a few days ago, I left this doodle in intentionally. I was telling you that I'm not bullish on WTI from here and that I would like to see it retrace more before I become bullish on it. Now if you guys want to add to your WTI position, this could be an interesting place. Now what I was also telling you back when we last spoke about it is that WTI tends to rally March through July or June or sometimes even May, and then tends to taper off again. The market is forward looking, so it has already priced in the high usage of the summer months, hypothetically, with people traveling more and whatnot. So guys, with WTI here, I think we can all pretty easily see that there's an area of support over here. Now, can we buy it cheaper? I think we can. I think that if WTI retraces back into the $62 range, that's gonna be a magnificent buy. From here, I don't know, honestly. The trend is still bearish. That's very easy to identify for anybody that's looked at any charts for any period of time. That being said, I wouldn't place a bet against a potential move higher here from roughly 67 all the way up to 73. That would give us roughly $6 of potential upside here. Again, I'm not in it and I don't plan on being unless we continue retracing back here potentially to 63 at the very least, if not even maybe 62. So that's kind of it with this one, guys. On Cocoa, I was telling you yesterday or a couple of days ago, not quite sure when, on our Patreon, I was giving this signal to sell Cocoa. We sold it. So far so good. It's going pretty well. I'm happy with the trade so far. I think that this is a good one, and we caught an interesting peak here. We obviously filled some really good supply over here. We had a tremendous gap down last time we visited these areas, so there's a ton of supply in this space. So let's see where it goes. My target remains kind of 3,000 or even 2930 roughly, but still a lot to go, a lot of room to move into from here. That being said, I think that the bias is to the downside. Guys, you know what? I just got reminded about the MACD, and I wanted to highlight what the MACD looks like on NatGas, because I think it looks really interesting. If you guys take a look here, if we manage to curl back up from here, basically have a couple of green days consecutively, I think that the MACD can not only cross over, have the signal line cross over the MACD line, but it's also gonna be a zero line crossover from here, which is usually a really important bullish signal. And I think that with all the algorithmic trading and whatnot, we're gonna have a lot of buying pressure enter NatGas if that happens. On Chargepoint, guys, I sent out a signal on our Patreon the other day about selling puts on Chargepoint at the $8 area. Yesterday, the market opened, Chargepoint moved dramatically lower. We sold puts for roughly 65 cents of premium for an $8 strike price. That means that we are now roughly 30% in the profit with that one trade. Guys, this is why I really encourage you to check out our Patreon. We post a lot of free content. Speaking of that, I'm gonna do a small sidestep here, because we were looking at Corsair the other day as well, and we've got this breakout and retest of this same level, which looks really interesting for Corsair here. It's a really clean risk reward ratio trade here if you want to take it, and your stop can be roughly 50 cents for a potential upside of $4.15. So that will give you a 1-to-7 risk reward ratio. It's a pretty sweet one. We said we would look into gold as well, so let's take a look at that. My same analysis from the other week remains, guys. I want to see gold retrace back into this area where the arrow is pointing right now, eat more of this demand zone that we have on the weekly here, even though it's a weak one, as I pointed out here, and then retrace into both the downtrending teal trend line here that you can see, as well as the uptrending yellow trend line. I would like for it to retrace somewhere in this space. Let's see what it does, but I'm not adding to my gold position here. I have nothing in gold right now. I'm just sitting and waiting for it to retrace back to maybe 1920. That would be a good place to be. Finally, guys, Bitcoin. I posted this on Twitter as well, so check us out there. I keep seeing a lot of people drawing a channel for Bitcoin that looks something along the lines of this, and saying that we will rally. I mean, sure, we might rally to the top of this channel here. I don't think that we will rally anywhere above this area over here at roughly 27,000. I think that this is a head and shoulders that's broken down. I've seen a couple of folks paint this as a bull flag on the weekly. It's simply not that for me, because we've had this massive sidestep here which kind of invalidates it. So if you were to consider it a bull flag, it would have to be flag or pole, and this is the flag. And for me, this has moved sideways in a flag manner for much too long for it to keep being a valid pattern. I think it's invalidated. So my bias is to the downside. I think we're gonna revisit 24,000 before we do anything else. That's my 2 cents. Now, obviously, feel free to do what you guys think is more valid. And final plug, check us out on Patreon. Stop missing out on really great trades that can make you a lot of money. Sure, these are not indications to buy or sell anything. You guys should still do your own DD, but we send a lot of interesting signals over here. A lot of things that if you do buy will easily pay for the middle tier on our Patreon, but even more so for the $5 a month tier. So if you guys want to become successful and stop messing around with your portfolios, I do highly encourage you to check us out. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Take care. Have a fantastic day.